Whatever they summon. Alright, check this out. Check this out. We have the timelines, right? So you go Banana Blasters. Oh, I almost low roll. You see that? So we ended up getting at least the Legion Veteran that kills the Steam, and that's the game. Almost low roll, but you know, I'm too good. So GG's. Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today I'm bringing you Timelines Rissu. But unlike my previous versions of Timelines Rissu combo, Mr. Davebo upgraded this deck by adding the Banana Blaster. So Banana Blaster is one of the new cards in this deck, in the game, obviously. And this actually ends up working pretty well with Timelines because the damage of the Rotten Banana will take into account whatever unit the Banana Blaster transforms to. So even though the Banana Blaster only has 2 power, when it transforms, and it's a 4 cost, it's a good chance that you hit something that has a lot more power than just 2, and you're able to kill opponent units that way. The other thing that was added into this deck was Norra. We haven't really played Timelines Rissu since Norra came out, and honestly, I really like the idea of Norra in this deck. Because I mean, it gives you like blockers, which I think is something that this deck used to struggle with. It gives you blockers. It's a card that the opponent has to remove. You can progress her level up by playing the Rissu, right? Because the Stone Clan counts towards her. It can actually be pretty clutch. So if you're not familiar with this deck style, we showcased this deck quite a few times last year. The idea with this deck is that you're playing Timelines and you're playing cards like Rissu of the Storm, which means that you get to summon a Storm Cloud, which has 3 impact and it's a 7/3, and the Rissu also gets to transform into something else that's a 5 cost. We have a Loot Travelers to get us a lot of value as well, allowing you to remove an opponent's card while still getting value by getting a pretty big 4-drop. Now we have the Banana Blaster that does the same thing. We still have the equipment, so the Weapon Masters with the Castaway and the Wandering Shepherd. They all get value because they transform into something else while still giving you the Improvise. What else can I say? The little 1-drops are more there. Like this Urchin is really good because it lets us draw, right? Which can be good with Norra. But it's also a way for us to discard if we get more than 1 Timelines. That's kind of why I really like the Sunny Urchin. The bird is really nice because the buff from the bird will continue to the transform card. But it's also really nice if you can hit it on the Norra so that Norra stays away from like a Vitus range or a Mystic Shot range. And then you also still have some burns. So like Mystic Shots, you have Poke Sticks to allow you to kind of be able to finish the opponent off if your units are enough. And obviously because we're playing Norra, we kind of do Portable. So this is like a mesh of like the classical Timelines Rissu and the Norra package combined together, and it works really, really well. Props to Davebo for kind of innovating this. I think Davebo, let me see, I think he should still be in the top 10. So I believe he's in the top 10 with this deck. Okay, top 12. Okay, so he jumped down to 12, but he made it all the way to top 8 with this deck because he actually feels really, really solid. So, you all know that I love Rissu, so let's go ahead and jump straight to the games and kind of see how it goes. If you like today's video, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post our videos every single day. And I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips and some other strategy tips. Enjoy the games. In this matchup, we're going against Sundis. So, Timelines on turn 2. Timelines on 2. Oh, we don't have the Timelines. I need to mulligan everything. If we don't get Timelines, you always mulligan everything. We get the Timelines. We get the bird. We get the Sun Urchin. So if we got a second Timeline, we're still chilling. Do I play Norra first though? Do I have to actually play the... I might opt to play Norra first. If the opponent has a... No, because Drop the Bomb is from Bando City, right? So there should be nothing here that kills this Norra. That way I'm playing around a Rock Hopper. We are going to take 4 damage next turn, but we can go Timelines and Burlinger and then set up for this Rissu eventually. But this allows me to start getting the portals in the deck, which is better than that. Oh, that's good. And the opponent even open for us? Cool. So we go... What if the opponent actually goes for a Vital Negation here? How crazy is that? What if we play around the Vital Negation by playing the bird? Great. Opponent, like, I'm actually scared. If the opponent actually has a Vital Negation there, we are in a lot more trouble than not, right? We can still go Sonic Urchin here. Protoporo, Warden Spray. Let's go Protoporo. Let's just push the damage. It's a little bit weaker damage. We're gonna go ahead and play the Aloof. We got the equipment out of the Ionic Hookmaster, so that's pretty nice. We're gonna go ahead and hit the Aloof because we can potentially hit the Seraph, and obviously we also hit something really big here. So Combat Cook doesn't work, right? Because he got transformed. City Breaker is a little bit interesting. The Some Scavenger is only a 4/3. I guess that's the best one that we have, right? I guess this is the best that we have. I don't think the City Breaker is where it's at. I feel like City Breaker is a little bit too slow. I think I'm just gonna play the half power. Desert Naturalist. That's not the Seraph or the Seer, but it still prevents the opponent from being able to destroy their own landmarks. Now this little guy here is gonna die, but I think we just take the trade. I think we just take as many trades as we can anyways, because I want to be able to play the Rissu next turn. We also have access to the group shot as well. I didn't realize that was the equipment that we got. So we'll take the trade like this. Question is, do we group shot now? I don't know that I do. I also don't like this thing staying on the field though. He's gotten value out of it already. His things are gonna be... Yeah, let's just go like this. I was debating if I need to kill this now before the opponent can summon anything else. Do I even care about the opponent having the Sundisk available for them? For themselves? I don't think I do. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and kill it now. Just so that the opponent has a little bit... It should buy us at least one turn from the opponent being able to trigger their Berry Sundisk. Now, we can do the Rissu here. But I kind of just want to do the Aloof first, because I'm kind of scared of this Seer. If we do Rissu, right, the Stormcloud is going to eat up the Rolling Sands. The other option is that we can just pass. If we just pass... I don't think we can afford to pass. I think I'm going to go Aloof Travelers instead. I'm going to go Aloof Travelers. I'm gonna go Venimo, just have something that's a 4 health unit. We get rid of the Battle Negation, which opponent did have, by the way. So remember all those turns ago, we play around the Battle Negation by not summoning the thing? That's exactly why, by the way. That was literally exactly why. I'm willing to go like this. I'm actually don't care about losing the Hookmaster, because we're gonna go Rissu. And then be able to still put this on the Norra if we need to, although I don't know if I want to. Now, if the opponent does get the Seraph, this is going to be a little bit scary. So if they have the Seraph, it's going to be scary. But because we were actually... Like, they're still not there, right? Oh, that's a great draw. And then we play the Rissu. We get... I guess Clubbing Way because of the Overwhelm. Yeah, I guess Clubbing Way is the better one, right? The Overwhelm here. We can either put the Combat Reel, or we can just chill, right? So we could put the Combat Reel on the Norra. Or we could also put this on the 4-2, on the 4-1, sorry, and just eat up their Seer. I mean, opponent's gonna have to block with a Seer, right? I feel like if I put it here, I'm just inviting them to actually kill this with like a Rite of Arcane, right? If we go like this, and I pull this one, opponent has to block with a Seer because they cannot take this damage over here. So they still lose their Seer. That you have to block with a Seer here. If you don't, you're losing to the Mystic Shots. I guess they could have a Quicksand, and that will get rid of the impact. Okay, you're still losing to the Mystic Shot though. Opponent probably thought that I was gonna try to pull this with a Seer, but again, that's why I think it's better to put it on the Norra, because if the opponent kills the Norra with a Rite of Arcane, all we lose on is that 3 damage instead of losing 6 here. So they do have the Quicksand. There we go. They do have the Quicksand. They get rid of the impact. It gets to kill the Stormcloud. It still needs to find access to the Seraph, which they have 2 cards to do so. And if they have the Seraph, they actually are in a really good spot because they also have the Rolling Sands, right? So the Seraph will enable the Sundisk, and they also have access to the Rolling Sands to be able to have Sarah just ping everything. Doesn't look like it's a Seraph though, which means that we can just go ahead and play the Castaway, get rid of this right now. The Scout is pretty good, right? We can put the Scout on the Norra. Yeah, we can put the Scout on the Norra. When an ally follows transform into another unit... Wait, this is kind of cool. Wait, isn't this kind of busted here? Yeah, you're gonna have to kill this, because if I transform anything else into this, you're kind of screwed. Doesn't matter, right? The opponent shouldn't have anything that kills this. We have two options here. We can put the Scout on the Norra. Just push damage that way. Oh, they do get the Seraph. So they do have the Seraph. Why not play the Seraph first? The fact that they didn't play the Seraph first actually baited me out. There's no reason not to play that Seraph first. Because you lost on the Rolling Sand value. Because they have Rolling Sands, they get to clear my whole board, right? So now I'm kind of screwed. Now I'm kind of screwed because we lose the Norra here. We lose the Norra. We're gonna have to go here, and this is gonna kill the Bell Ringer, but we need to get rid of that Rolling Sands, right? One of these two is gonna die, which is gonna be random, actually. We can go here. Honestly, the hard part is gonna be the fact that the opponent has the Asir spell, right? We could go Portapalooza first. Get the Norra. I kind of feel like it's better for me to draw. I feel like it's better for me to draw while I can. A little bit of a low roll here, but that's okay. Try to get the portals. There we go. That gives me the portals here. This is forcing the opponent to have to commit that Asir, right? So the opponent's gonna... I guess the opponent could go for the Seraph. My concern is that they have the Asir to get the Sunrise. Now, if they go for the Seraph, that's gonna be 3 mana. Yeah, so they get to bring 2 blockers here. The good thing now is that by doing this, we can now go for Norra instead and try to win with Norra and then Mystic shots. Just gotta hope that the opponent doesn't have an answer for it. If the opponent has an answer for Norra, then I lose. The Asir soldiers prevent me from being able to go super wide.
Worries fall from us like water.
If the opponent doesn't have another Seraph, we push Sits and then double Mystic to finish the game.
Off we go.
No Quicksand either. That's pretty good for us. Opponent draws 2. If they have a Rata Negation, they have the Rata Negation, right? There's no question about it. I guess this is out, right? So we should do 1 Mystic now. There is an out. If we draw a Pokey Stick, we can beat the Rata Negation by playing Mystic and then Pokey Stick. So we should always play the first Mystic shot. And there we go. I'm a good gamer, right? If we don't play the Mystic shot last turn, the opponent is able to Rata Negation both my shots this turn. I'm assuming that they're able to present lethal here in the open. Although with 16 HP, they shouldn't be able to anyways. So let's just go here. Let's go Pokey. Might as well play it since we top decked it. And then Mystic just a backup if the opponent does have the Rata Negation. So if the opponent didn't tap out of that Rata Negation last turn, of the Rata Arcane last turn, we might not have been able to win because we would have had the Elusive to push damage with. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Aatrox. Aatrox Thresh. I haven't seen an Aatrox deck in a while. So let's see what the opponent's cooking. And we got the timelines. We got the timelines. We got the timelines. I like... I might actually go Norra on turn 2. Since we're attacking on turn 2. Instead of going timelines and save the timeline for turn 3. My only concern with doing that is that I might actually just lose to the Quactus. So maybe it's actually correct to go concurrent timelines on turn 2 into the Bell Ringer. Just so that I play around the Quactus. What are the chances the opponent is playing Quactus though? I'm gonna slap it. I'm gonna slap it. I'm gonna force him to have the Quactus. If they're playing Quactus, I want him to have it. Okay. They have it. I mean, it happens. At least they got to do it before the trash was on the field. We can still go timelines into Bellringer Netson and have a 50-50 of hitting this here. They also have the 2-drop at the same time. That's unfortunate. The other option is that we could have gone Bellringer on turn 1, Norra on turn 2, since we had 2 Norras in our hand. But then I felt like I was not going to get any value from... having the Norras in my hand. Anyways, yep, go ahead, take your heal. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can go Force Sheath. That's a pretty good hit. Hopefully we hit the Norra. If we don't hit the Norra, then that's fine. We always hit the Norra though, because we're that good, chat. Let's go Conchologist first. Let's Piltovian Tailstones. It's pretty good in my opinion. Oh, we don't get anything great, right? I wanted to have a Fearsome blocker. But I'm just gonna slap this Norra. Now, if the opponent has the bots, I just get punished, right? If they have the bots, I get punished. Doesn't look like they have the bots, so I'm just gonna go here, just make my Norra bigger.
Into the abyss.
I'll get the mana back every single time. With 5 mana, you shouldn't have any way to kill this Norra. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's probably always better to go here. Now, unfortunately, I'm giving them a lot of value towards the Aatrox, right? But I don't have a choice. I have to just go this way. We are able to play the Rissu next turn, and that gives me 2 blockers for the Keeper. And then we can go Portapalooza after that and just kind of get value. Opponent kind of had a tough choice here, right? He was either give me the mana and potentially give me more value here. Okay, so that's 2 equipment. Now, the equipments now have to be unique. So him replaying the Lodestone doesn't work. They do get to have a lot of heal here. Maybe it's actually Portapalooza. It's ever the Portapalooza here. Maybe the opponent plays for the Lodestone. I'm gonna pass. Okay, so opponent's gonna try to pull this. We have 2 options. We can play Rissu and let them pull that, and then the Norra is gonna be at 1 HP, and I think that's fine, right? I think we just go for the Rissu. The Tarkas is a little bit awkward. Yeah, the Tarkas is really awkward, right? Because it means that I will not be able to attack. The Usari lets me potentially kill the Thresh. I don't want to have to like sacrifice my board, right? Because like if I go for Tarkas, I'm never able to attack with Norra again. I guess, you know, I like the Tarkas. I like the Tarkas. Force the opponent to pull the Norra here. Get the Norra to 1 HP. If they attack like this, if they don't pull the Tarkas, right? I just block. If they pull the Norra, then I just mean I just don't attack. Yeah, they're gonna go like that. The problem with doing it this way is that it's still the same. I just block with the Tarkas. I just block with the Tarkas. I'll take the 2, that doesn't matter. We'll attack with everything, force you to have an answer. We can Portapalooza if we don't get the portal right away. Because I might actually want to play for the Aftershock. I might also... Never mind, we just go Rissu, right? We just go Rissu again. We go Rissu again, go Cavalry, and we still have access to the Aftershock. Just put as much pressure as we can. The moment that we top pick the Rissu, the Portapalooza doesn't matter. Opponent could have access to Thresh, second Thresh, and that will only kill this one. We can also now attack with everything and chill. I don't even care if the opponent blocks. Like, yeah, this is just game win. Even if they have the bots, that will save them, but they still lose the Thresh, and I don't see how they win after that, right? Oh, they get to get a haste spike. Okay. They get the haste spike. I'll give it to them. Our board is still crazy. The haste spike denied the impact from this storm cloud and from the other one, so that's what was kind of awkward. Because the equipment was not unique, the Aatrox doesn't get drawn just yet, right? So opponent's in a good spot, but not in a good spot to win just yet. We might want to keep this Hextech Transmutator. We might actually need it. Let's see what the opponent goes for. I also want to put the equipment on the Storm Cloud. I want to put the equipment on the Storm Cloud so that it's not at 1 HP when I attack. When I attack using... Oh, that's kind of funny. I like the Scrap of Sorrows better. I don't want anything to be at 1 HP, right? Because Tarkas is going to hit everything, 1 to everything. And then the Battlefields will have been able to allow them to kill the Norra. So I'm still in a position where I feel like I should keep the Tailstone's mana. I'm going to have a full board because there's a good chance I draw the portal. So I don't feel like I should do this. I don't have a way to beat the Haze Spike, but I can always put a second Norra down if the opponent has a way to kill this Norra. Again, the idea is that I put the equipment here because when Tarkas hits this, it was going to go to 1 HP, which would have put it vulnerable to that Battlefield. So opponent ended up using the Battlefield anyways, but doesn't matter. I don't see a way for the opponent to kind of come back from this. The double Rissu with Timelines is just too much. Yeah, it's going to actually just be a vengeance. Wow. So we just go Portapalooza then, right? We go Portapalooza. We get the Banana Blaster. So we get the Banana Blaster, which actually lets me just... Okay, opponent doesn't have access to Harrowing, right? I mean... I want to do it. I need to do this. I need to do this. I just need to do this. I don't even care. This is not correct, but I just need to do this. I just need to play the Rotten Banana. Like, this is the whole reason we play this deck, right? I ended up getting a pretty good hit, by the way. Opponent doesn't have access to Ruination. If I level up the Norra, everything gets +3/+3, and we will get level up the Norra here. I just needed to do it. Bye-bye blocker, and there we go. We end up winning the game, so GG's. In this match, we're going against Viego Evelynn. So let's see if we can get the timelines early. We get the timelines early. We get the Rissu. Ooh. I feel like I want to grid it out now. Since we ended up with Rissu and timelines, I feel like I want to grid it out. Maybe we still keep the bird. Yeah, we can still keep the bird, right? Just go concurrent timelines, that way the Rissu actually gets bigger. Or we can use that as well to discard something. Double Rissu when we have timeline on the field. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so nuts. We can discard the concurrent timelines with the Sunny Urchin. Like, this is the hand that dreams are made of. The only downside is that we're not attacking. We're not attacking on 5, right? We're attacking on 4, so that's a little bit annoying. This is also a pretty good roll here. I'm gonna pass though. I do kind of want to make sure that I have a blocker in case the opponent gets some random shenanigans. We hit the Rissu, that's amazing. We get the Bora, yeah. We can't block the Bora because obviously the Bora has 3 power. But we could go and draw something, right? Pool Shark? Pirate. The equipment is a bit of a high roll. I think I prefer the equipment. I look Travelers is pretty good. Oh wait, we don't get the equipment. Wow, I forgot about that. Yeah, we don't improvise. Whoopsie daisies. Yeah, we don't get to improvise because it's not... It needs to be summoned. It was transformed. So that's on me. That's on me. A little bit of a whoopsie. Let's forget about it. I am gonna do the Aloof Travelers though. The question is, do I want to play Aloof now? I feel like I want to play Aloof now just because it's such a high value unit here. Like right here, for example, we can go the Yoro Captain, which I think is probably better.
You dropped something. I dropped everything.
And we can potentially hit the Evelynn. We hit the Nevergate Collector. Okay. Opponent could have access to the Haze Spike, right? And if they have the Haze Spike, they're able to kill the Norra. I think I'd rather them kill the Norra than kill the Yoro Captain. So I'm gonna bait out the Haze Spike. Opponent doesn't do it. Next up we start with the Rissu and just get value that way. Now they need to watch out for Mr. Viego eventually. Let's go Rissu. Let's go Rissu. Shelly for the other elusive. Let's go Shelly. This gets buffed up. We get the Storm Cloud here. Opponent might have access to a battlefield, so I need to be a little bit careful. I think I'm willing to block here. I think I'm willing to lose to everything. If the opponent has a battlefield, I think I'm willing to not... Like, I'm willing to lose the Yellow Captain, I think. Yep, there you go. I think I'm fine. I don't want to take that extra damage, especially with the opponent having the Nevergood Collector. I'd rather have my Admiral Shelly in the field. Now, this Nevergood Collector is going to be a problem. But the opponent's going to have to respect how wide we are right here. Right? We didn't plunder. Jack the winner so that we can actually start burning them. This is going to be 3 sits. 5. Yeah, opponent doesn't have an answer here. We should put it on the Norra, by the way, not on the Shelly, because the Shelly, we kind of don't want to lose the Shelly. We don't mind losing the Norra, but I think it's better if we don't lose the Shelly. But it's fine. Now the idea here is that now, obviously, the Jack the winner is gonna get us the Sleep with the Fishes every turn, and we can actually use that to both trigger the Shelly and be able to burn the opponent Nexus down. So even though they do have the Nevergood Collector, it's gonna get pretty bad for them here, especially now that they got rid of one of their blockers. Why not use that Glimpse during the turn? Imagine if we had the group shot there. Oh, we get even more burn? Oh wow. Oh wow. We get even more burn apparently. Let's start with the Conchologist. Aftershock. Ambush. Because we could go for... I mean, we have the Sleep with the Fishes, right? That could get us there. Oh, wait. We got burn the Nexus even more with the other one. That's okay. We're going to go like this. We're going to go here. That's going to push 2. We can add a card and create the ambush. Opponent's going to go for the Black Spear. We can go Pokey Stick. Actually, let's go Mystic. Let's go Mystic so that we can kill the Domination and just have even less blockers. We can go Portapalooza. We have so many outs that we can do for next turn. And the ambush gets created anyways because of the Jack. We have another Rissu. So let's just go Portapalooza just in case that we get something. We do get it. We go ambush on... Which one do I want to do ambush on? I kind of don't want to do it on the Jack the winner because I feel like if I keep the Jack, I'm winning next turn. So I'm going to put it on something that's a little bit lower value. Like I don't want to put it on the Stormcloud in case the opponent has a way to kill the Stormcloud or the Jack the winner. By putting it on this girl, I think it's a little bit better because it's a little bit less value than my other cards. So GG's. We got the Timelines on 2 and ended up winning the game. Double Rissu in the field as well. In this matchup, we're going against Karma Master G. It's going to be a slow grind, but if I can get timelines early, I think the opponent's going to have a hard time dealing with how big my units are going to get. If I don't get timelines early like I just did, then this game is going to be very, very difficult, right? So it's a timeline or bust type of game right here. I'm going to go for the Berlinger, just getting my Norra out of range of Quietus. I think is fair. If I hit the Norra, right? If I hit the Norra. If I don't hit the Norra, then it's kind of sad. So 50% chance as of now, potentially 33. 50. Okay, we hit it. So this keeps the Norra out of range of Quietus. Yes, I'm just gonna slap her down now and just open. Now this Eye of the Dragon is whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and attack. If the opponent wants to block with it, then I'm just gonna set it up to die to the group shot. Quietus, Battlefields. Alright. Do you have another spell that you're gonna use? If you use another spell, I'm gonna commit the Mystic. Okay. They want to kill this. They really want to kill this card, huh? I don't think I need to do anything right now. Okay, since they tapped out of mana, I think we go ahead and just kill the Eye of the Dragon, because she's gonna be a really pain in my butt If I let this Eye of the Dragon live, she's gonna really just ruin my whole day by having those Dragonlings on the field. Unfortunately, no timelines means that we're not getting the same type of value that we should be getting. We could try to...
That fated day is never far from my thoughts.
Okay, there we go, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Opponent loses a Scatter Pod, makes their stuff a little bit weaker. If they attack here, I'm willing to block and set this up to die to a Mystic. We're gonna go ahead and play the Timeline and play the Castaway. Maybe I should just not play Timelines though. Maybe I should just open first. Because now I guess I'm losing to a Quietus here. Okay, well, since the opponent decided to have the foyer, I'm just gonna attack here. Opponent goes for this, which means that we can just go ahead and slap the Mystic here. And we're chilling. Opponents giving me their champions and getting me value from these Mystics. Next turn we can go at Loot Travelers. We can also go Sonic Urchin right now. I don't think I like it. I think I like just taking it slow and going at Loot Travelers first. I'm gonna have to start watching out for this Ghastly Band though. We are gonna get some blockers from the Rune Squad, from the Norra, but not what I would like. Do we just take this? Why wouldn't I just take this? You know, I'm gonna block here because I think that this is whatever. I think that the one drop is gonna die anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. It has to be the Captain Greyback, right?
I dropped everything.
It has to be. There we go. There's the Karma. Karma goes bye-bye. I'm still kind of worried about the Gohard though. Let's go ahead and do the Conchologist now. I kind of like the Stress defense a lot. It protects my Norra against removal. Okay, so the opponent has 2 Nightfall cards in their hand that we haven't seen. So 2 Nightfall cards in their hand that we haven't seen. We got rid of a Karma, we got rid of a G, we got rid of the Eye of the Dragon. Gets the Opulent Foyer, which is cute for them. Doesn't really matter that much to me. Let's go ahead and go for the Castaway. I like the Fearsome a lot. Opponent's gonna struggle finding a lot of Fearsome blockers. I also kind of like the Legion Marauder, right? With the Fearsome on the Legion Marauder, this is gonna be a threat that the opponent's gonna have to Vengeance.
You can fix anything with anything.
This is gonna be a threat that the opponent's gonna have to Vengeance, because this Marauder is gonna go so big, and the opponent's not gonna have a good blocker for it. Okay, so one of the cards, the third card that we didn't know about, right? Because we knew about 2 Nightfall cards, was unfortunately... oh, great. Was unfortunately that Deep Meditation, right? So they get to refill. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Pokestick. I really want to push this Fearsome damage. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Wandering Shepherd on the... Beautiful. So she's out of range of Quietus. I guess opponent could still have like a Haze Spike. Doesn't have it. We go here. Do we keep these 2 guys back at this point, or do we just attack with everything? We could just go like this. Yeah, why don't we just give this guy a quick attack? Whatever blocks this is gonna get hit by this. If the opponent trades here, we're trading. Opponent goes down to 1, we're chilling. I'm forcing the opponent to have to block with this guy. They do get the draw here. But next turn, we're kind of just winning. We have 2 portals. We have Stress defense. We still have another Castaway for the Timelines. Oh, they get the Eye of the Dragon again, but don't have any spells this time. So again, they still have 1 more Nightfall card. They have the double Ghostly Band. Ooh, that's huge. That's actually huge. Yeah, let's just sacrifice this one. This is actually huge, right? What if we pass first? What if the opponent has a Ruination? Okay, it's just a Karma. So shouldn't we just go Portapalooza? I'm trying to think if the Castaway is better. I think I'd rather keep the 3 mana here. This is gonna have Fearsome. This one's gonna give Elusive to something. So ideally, I think I want to get, because these both have fearsome. This one has overwhelm. I want to give elusive to this one and just go like this. We have 3 elusive units. We have another 2 fearsome units, and yep, that's game. Yeah, hitting those. I think the game changed when the opponent gave me the chance to get rid of the first Eye of the Dragon. If that first Eye of the Dragon doesn't die, I think opponent will be in a much better spot. So GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Pirate Aggro. We potentially do have a lot of blockers, right? The problem is that obviously, like, I'm gonna keep one cast away because I'm gonna be able to go for the attune for it. It doesn't give me a good chance to play Timelines. That's why I ended up not even going for the Timelines in this matchup, because I don't know if Timelines is actually correct here. Because it is taking a lot of like of my turn for me. I'm fine blocking this because obviously if the opponent has misfortune, this Bell Ringer becomes a lot worse. We can go, like, I don't want to discard any of these things with the Urchin. I really don't want to discard any of this with the Urchin. I guess I can discard the Shepherd, right? Yeah, I guess I'm down to discard the Shepherd. I'm gonna wait to see what the opponent does first. If they do play something, then I have to go for it. Portapalooza is not bad, actually. We can go Castaway, have a good blocker, and get some mana back. Rissu gives me 2 blockers, and Rissu now is a 1/3 instead of a 1/1, so that's not bad either. Yeah, so we go here. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate, right? There's a lot of better cards here that I could get than that, but I'll take this one. Opponent will be able to. Okay, do we kill the Crimson Pigeon or do we have to worry about the Bakai Reaper? And we do have a blocker for it later. I feel like I'm more scared of the Bakai. I'm more scared of the Crimson Pigeon than I am of the Bakai. It kind of sucks, right? Because it's gonna go up by 2. If we go here, we take the same amount of damage, but this guy stays alive. And if this guy stays alive, he becomes a 4/4. I think it's better to go this way, because this only has 2 health. So we can always kill it with one of my other units here, right? Now, unfortunately for us, we don't have a great hand, right? I would like to play this second Castaway one more time, but I think I'm actually going to have to go Aloof Travelers. The problem is that I would like to go Aloof Travelers after we have the Portapalooza, but if I just play the Portapalooza now, I think I just lose, right? I'm gonna risk it. I think I have to get greedy. I have to get greedy here, and I'm gonna go for the Portapalooza. We ended up joining the group shot, which is great. This allows me to have one more draw for the portal, and then be able to, if the opponent develops, we can go for Aloof Travelers to get the other draw again. Yeah, let's go ahead and just kill this now. Opponent now is more likely to actually spend a turn. 5, 7, 8, and they could just open for 8. But then we get the Mystic now too. That's not bad. Okay, so now that we have the Mystic, is it still Aloof Travelers? I think it has to be, right? We have 2 portals. Okay, if the opponent's just opening, then we just Mystic this. And opponent just gave us the answer for ourselves. They don't even have access to a Fervor? That's actually kind of crazy to me. Combat Reel? The problem is that the opponent's at 20 HP. We're at 8. We don't have Timelines. We have no value. We can try to survive as much as we can, but the opponent's just gonna slowly whittle us down, especially now that they also got a sap. So they got the sap, they still have a full board. We know that they probably have a Fervor now in their hand. So, like, I don't see a way out of this. We can start with the Aloof first. Okay, Group Shot lets us kill the sap. We also bounce their Decimate, which is really good. So Group Shot does let us kill the sap. I would love the opponent to tap out of 3 here so I could kill the sap now. Because if they still have mana, okay, perfect. So the opponent go ahead and tap out. We know they have the Fervor. We know they very likely have the Fervor. Let's go ahead and go for the Timelines. We could Group Shot here. And as long as the opponent... Okay, we know the opponent has at least 1 Fervor. As long as the opponent cannot go wider than us, we might be okay. Or doesn't find another sap. So the opponent has at least probably one fervor. We can attack with this one because this one has 4 health. This one dies to this guy, which I don't want to. This one dies to this girl, which I don't want to either. So yeah, this is the only unit that we can attack with. As long as the opponent doesn't find Misfortune or a second burn spell, maybe. But it's very unlikely for that to happen. Now, we do have a Mystic. Oh, that would have been good for them, by the way, right? So that would have been very good for them if I didn't draw this Mystic. Like, if I don't draw this Mystic, opponent actually potentially just wins there on the spot. We can go like this. We can go here, here, Mystic, play Rissu, win the game. Is there any other favorable block that we can get here? I don't think so, right? So we actually just won because of that Mystic shot drop. The Tentacle will have... Well, I guess it depends, right? If the opponent could have access to... I guess opponent could have access to another blocker here. Otherwise, this is 10, 11, 14, 16 exactly. So they need to have access to another blocker. That's not a blocker. But okay, that is a blocker. Now, opponent still has the Fervor. Remember that. We know that the opponent still has the Fervor. If we play this Banana Blaster, while we get to kill the Saboteur, I don't know if that's the correct play. We know they have a Fervor. So they're gonna just play the Fervor after they block. My open doesn't win. I'm scared of Twisted Fate. I'm very scared of Twisted Fate. If the opponent has a Twisted Fate, they still win, right? If they have Twisted Fate red card, they still win because then they can Fervor and just win the game. I'm debating if I should go for Lito by playing the Shepherd and trying to hope that I'll get something, right? If they have Twisted Fate, they win. So I think we just go here. That's great, because that means that this is not a card that the opponent can block, and it doesn't die to Fervor. The Decimate plus Fervor, if the opponent found the third Decimate, it doesn't work. We always lose to Twisted Fate red card. So I'm not going to play around it, because opponent could Twisted Fate, and then they Fervor. Wait. No. You have to red card. You have to red card there. You absolutely have to red card there. No way. No way, right? So we Banana Blasted the Saboteur. And we still have an out to find an answer here? Because we need to kill this in case the opponent has the Fervor. What if the opponent has a second TF? If they have a second TF, then we're just gonna win, right? So I don't think I even play around the second TF. I guess opponent was scared, right? So they have the Fervor. I have to go for Banana Blaster. Oh, okay, they win the game. All right. So they win the game no matter what. Because they get to push 1 here. 1-1. So what I need to look for is that I need to find an answer for the Fervor. I need to find an answer for the Fervor. This lets me tin out my deck. We don't get the answer for the Fervor, but we do get at least another draw. We can block everything. Take 1. Oh, wow. The opponent... Okay, they win anyways, huh? They win anyways, just because they top deck the double Demolitionist. I think they had to always red card, right? It clears my whole board. Like, are you really that scared of losing? Like, if you red card there, you push damage. I push the damage with the Fearsome, right? But you're not in a position to die. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, opponent ended up getting rewarded for it. They ended up getting the burn that they needed. But that's, man, that's so tilting. So, GG's. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games. I was a little bit sad. I couldn't get a lot of, like, Banana Blaster games, right? We just never drew it. We just never drew the Banana Blaster in this video, aside from like the intro and then like that one game against the that we were already winning, so we just kind of did it for fun. But I do think it's actually a really good addition to this deck. It gives you kind of like a removal that you didn't have before. However, you kind of see where this deck shines, and this deck shines with Rissu the Silent Storm. This combo is one of the best combos in the game. And every time I play this, I get absolutely, like, I fall in love again with this combo. That's why I always come back and play this Rissu deck over and over again. Now, in terms of mulligan, if you stay this long to watch the mulligan tips, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there's only one thing I recommend in the mulligan, and that is concurrent timelines. Honestly, you need to get the timelines as early as you can so that the rest of your cards can get a lot of value. Honestly, I don't even care about kicking Norra out because the timelines is that important. This deck rise or dies whether you get timelines. If you already have timelines in your hand, then you can start looking for stuff like Norra. You can start looking for your Loot Travelers, your Banana Blasters, your Rissu, and obviously your Weapon Masters to get value early. So ideally, you do timelines on turn 2. Maybe you can play a one drop like a bird after you do the timelines, and then on turn 3 you're playing the Castaway or the Shepherd, and then on turn 4 you're playing one of these guys, and turn 5 you're playing Rissu. That's usually the best way to go about it. So, you know, kind of, if you already have timelines in your hand, you kind of go for that. If you don't, just mulligan for everything and make sure you get the timelines, because the games without timelines are really, 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 really difficult. Aside from that, I really also like the addition of Group Shot that Davebo did. I think it does really well. Allows us to remove some of the opponent's threats, as you saw in some of the games today, kind of like punishing some of the opponent's removal because we're able to kind of have Group Shot to punish them. Other strategies that I can tell, kind of keep in mind what turn you're attacking, right? Because if you're attacking on turn 5, then, you know, playing Rissu right away on turn 5 might be the best play. If you're attacking on turn 6, though, you know, you have to be a little bit more careful when you develop that Rissu, because you're not going to be able to attack with him right away, and you don't want to give the opponent a chance to just remove him on the next turn before your attack token comes in. Aside from that, I mean, just play the RNG game, right? Sometimes you're going to get some high rolls with the concurrent timeline, sometimes you're not, sometimes you're going to draw, sometimes you're not. It's part of this game, but trust me, this deck feels really solid, even sometimes when you don't draw the timelines, because you still have threats in the forms of Norra that the opponent has to actually watch out for. So, yeah. That'll be it for me today. Hope you enjoyed today's games. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.